All right, so we finished up the before hit. That was on wastegate, which ended up being about 15.5 pounds. It varied around a bit, but kind of fell off after maybe about 6,000. I don't remember the number, but yeah, so about 15 pounds average on pump gas, and it made on our dyno 377. I'll probably leave the boost level there. I'm not going to turn it up on pump gas, but it's still making power. I took it to 77 and it's still making power, so we'll probably spin it up a bit more. All right, gonna write a tune for it, put it in and see what it does. So here's the log. This was the first hit, and need some fuel adjustment, through here. Fueling was good, but the trims were pulling a little too much, so we'll pull some fuel out of it. But everything else looks okay. Boost was obviously doing exactly the same thing as it did before, and we'll make a couple more hits. Well, probably one more hit on pump gas. Hopefully we can get this done in one hit, and then we'll switch it over to ethanol. The goal is to switch it over to ethanol today, so that tomorrow morning I can come in and test cold start. But everything's going well so far. Yeah, nothing crazy to report. All right, so we're back on this car, day 2. Off camera, the 93 was drained out of the tank, and the E85 was added incrementally to get the dash to show fuel level. That was one of the customer's requests. So obviously it's full now, but we have working fuel level on the dash. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that, just watch it change as we continue to drive the car some more. But those are tricky sometimes. I've found that the best way to do it is not empty it out and then add the fuel in and record the 2 voltages. I find that it's better to incrementally add it, so maybe 3 gallons or 5 gallons or whatever, and kind of make a curve, because it ends up being a curve, not a straight line like in the Haltech video. So, well, at least on these cars, and the couple times that I've done it, that seems to be the case. So that is squared away. We're going to try to do some ethanol tuning now. Already did a cold start and it fired up nicely, and adjusted the hot start, did some drivability tuning just under load to get the fuel trim squared away, and it was pretty close just on the base tune. So we're gonna make another hit without changing anything other than it is now on ethanol. No boost changes, no timing changes, nothing, just to see what an actual horsepower number difference is between pump gas and ethanol. In the past, this has shown a couple extra pounds of boost on ethanol, so it'll make maybe 25 to 30 more horsepower, but we'll see how that goes with this one. All right, so bailed out of that hit, got a little lean. Actually got out of it at the exact same time that the Haltech cut it off, so we started going a little lean. Our sensor shows a little bit richer than the sensor in the car. On the car it said it went to 8.5, so bailed out of it. We'll try again, add some fuel, and see if we can make a full hit. Also had to tighten the straps down. It was a little bit loose. Not sure how it loosened up, but it did. So this car did not make more boost with ethanol. Maybe it was because I made 2 hits in a row, not sure. But it did not make any more boost with ethanol, and it did not make any more power with ethanol. So normally I'll see, like I said, 25 extra horsepower from ethanol, and it doesn't seem to be from the ethanol. 100% of the time so far, it's been from an extra 2 pounds of boost. So let's do a comparison. We'll match these two up. I'll make a note here. So this run is first E85 hit, and then we'll add in the last 93 hit. Where are we at? No, we're in this one. All right. So this was final on 93. All right, graph by RPM. All right, so the light colors, well, red is power, blue is torque. The light colors are this most recent hit, and the dark colors are the last 93 hit. So in here, I guess I made a little bit more torque. Get the wideband out of the way. So we got a couple. Yeah, perfect. All right. Yeah. So in here, made a little bit more torque, power. I had 5 grand. It made 20 more. Okay. So at 5,000, it made about 20 more horsepower, and after that, about 5 or 6 more. But that's it. On ethanol, we're at the same power level, so let's turn the boost up and see what it does. Okay, so we're actually gonna have to stop here. I try to get that glare out. So looking at the logs, trying to make tune adjustments. It was actually the fuel trims were adding. We go to here at 8100. The fuel trims were adding 17.7%. Why is that? Look at the yellow line of fuel pressure. Fuel pressure is falling right off at 5,300. It was at 73 pounds, and by 8 grand, it was at 50 pounds. So there's a fuel supply problem, and we're gonna have to contact the customer to see how he wants to proceed with this. Unfortunately, no more tuning can be done right now. So give him a call and let you guys know what he says. All right, so the customer mentioned that he's been having fuel system problems before, and the people who put the car together melted the connector in the top hat, or the fuel hat. So he had them put another one on. Well, they did. So let's see. Now, I don't know if this is the problem, but this certainly is a problem. So we'll look at it. Sorry if it's a little too dark. So I hope that these are capped inside the tank. I suspect they are. I hope they are. But this is the connector for the fuel pump. This car's only got one pump in it. Factory hat. Okay. So what was done is some larger gauge wires were run to about an inch or so before the pins. So it still has a factory wire up to this point, which is pretty small. And you can see that the connector is still crispy in the fuel hat. So I don't know the effect that has. The pins are still there. So I think that that's probably just looks, but because the pins are still there and they don't appear to be super corroded or anything like that. But I guess they did replace the connector and only the connector. But this might be the problem. I don't know what that is. 18 gauge wire. It's just factory. They are powering it off of the battery shut off here, or breaker. So this little wire up here is the fuel pump power supply. to the relay for the fuel pump. So it does have a good power source. So that's good. I was hoping they didn't grab something silly. Has a decent ground, which is right here. So that's good. This is an okay ground. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll work. And then, yeah, so unfortunately, I do not have time to fix this car right now because we got a lot of other stuff going on. So the next time you see this car will probably be not long for you, but it'll probably be about 3 weeks for us. So we're done for now. Going to correct that, go over the car, just make sure there's not anything else sketchy like that going on before we put it back on the dyno and really trying to turn it up. It does have a single Deutschwerks 400 pump in it. I've not used those pumps, so I do not know the capability of those pumps. We use the TI Auto stuff, and a single TI Auto 285 pump should absolutely be enough to make 380 horsepower to all 4 wheels. So hopefully the DW 400, I think he said it was, pump is similar. So that's where we're at. See you in a few weeks.